When it comes to the Far Cry series, in terms of story and character, I love Far Cry 3. In terms of that raw nostalgia, I love Far Cry 2. And in terms of pure gameplay, I love Far Cry 4. I wanted to make a video on Far Cry 4 earlier, but didn't want to commit as some of the multiplayer trophies were unobtainable until quite recently when Ubisoft decided to fix them. So here we are, replaying Far Cry 4, trying to get all them trophies. Before we actually got started, I followed the tradition and went to the trusty trophy guide page just to make sure we don't miss out on anything. Well folks, this game has a total of 51 trophies, of which we have 38 bronze, 10 silver, 2 gold and that shining platinum. Everything looked alright, but I wasn't too sure about the multiplayer and co-op related trophies since they're known to be a bit buggy and can get unobtainable anytime. So I decided to get started right away. We play as Ajay Kale, who's traveling to Kyrat, a fictional country in the Himalayas, which is based on Nepal. We are on a journey to return the ashes of our mother to Lakshmana when we are abducted by Pagan Min, who's this crazy dictator of Kyrat. Pagan formally introduces himself and informs us that he knew our mother very well and stabs our guide with whom we are traveling. Turns out Darpan was working for the Golden Path, who in Pagan's eyes are terrorists, and for General Kyrat, a rebellious group formed to overthrow Pagan's rule. Pagan asks his General Paul to take care of Darpan while he leaves us to attend a quick call and requests us to stay put for a bit. A few minutes later, Pagan comes back and takes us to Lakshmana, where we put our mother's ashes and we happily board the chopper again, finishing the game. Well, this would have happened had I waited patiently for 15 minutes, but clearly I would rather spend the next 25-ish hours crumbling all of Pagan's empire. We move out of the main hall, watch Darpan getting tortured and exit the compound where we meet Sabal, who's the leader of the resistance group and has come to rescue us. Pagan's guards are alerted and all hell is let loose. We run towards our rescue vehicle as we see gunfire, blasts, enemies, elephants, auto rickshaw, trees, mountains, you name it. Damn, Ubisoft can really make gorgeous looking worlds. We end up having an accident and our escort passes away. We navigate through the mountainous landscape while we learn the basics of stealth, combat, using bait to attract wild animals, and taking out animals to upgrade our gear. We meet up with Sabal again and have to defend our position and end up getting hit by an avalanche. We survive our heartwarming welcome and Sabal brings us to Banapur village. Turns out that our dad started the Golden Path and that's the reason we are so important and why Sabal rescued us. We are introduced to a new gameplay mechanic, which is this grapple to climb and swing across mountains, and are also introduced to quests like synchronizing with the radio towers to gain new weapons and additional side activities like pick and drop fetch quests. We gain experience from different quests and can use these to purchase various skills like air assassination or gaining an additional slot of health. We also meet Amita, who's a bitch, or should I just say super rude and annoying most of the time. We run some errands for her and discover some collectibles in the game like money wheel and propaganda posters. Well folks, there are 2 trophies related to spinning 10 money wheels and tearing 30 posters, so I was trying to actively keep a lookout for them as I progress through the big open world. I was also hunting for different animals to upgrade my gear when I got tricked out for crafting 5 equipment upgrades. Up next we meet Longinus, a self-claimed priest and arms dealer who references the events of Far Cry 2 and also go through a couple of quests like saving an outpost, rescuing abducted citizens and taking out an outpost. You know, the general Far Cry template. We take back the outpost with the help of our little buddy and unlock Tread Lightly. Also, this basically completes the first act of the game and we unlock an easy story trophy here. From this point onwards, my goal was to unlock all of the map, clearing out all the outposts and radio towers since there are multiple trophies related to completing them. I was also making sure to destroy as many Yalung masks, which is another collectibles related trophy, and also reading any piece of note I found on my way, which is another collectible trophy. I love the fact that collectibles in this game are also tied to unlocking a few weapons and that we don't have to necessarily grind over collecting everything. While on an assassination mission, I completed tagging 25 enemies with my camera, which unlocked Shutterbag. There are 2 types of assassination missions in the game. One for silently taking out the target, where we can get some additional XP and money for taking out the enemies silently, and the second where we need to take out the target with the assigned weapon in a more brutal way, and I really liked both of them. To ease up the process of collecting the different collectibles, I bought some item maps in the shop which unlocked Make It Rain for spending around 500,000 rupees. We also get Quick Learner for unlocking 5 skills in the skill tree. Another mission type in this game is taking out these propaganda poster production outposts which get unlocked progressively as we tear down posters. During one of these missions, I blasted 4 enemies with a grenade, unlocking quad kill. Up next, I completed about 3 of the assassination type quests, unlocking Triggerman. Talking about quests, I feel this game has a great variety of different side quests and activities like protecting our convoy trucks and destroying or stealing away convoy trucks. We also got these Kyrat Fashion Week quests where we need to hunt down rare animals
to accentuate your role in primal attributes.
Destroying Pagan's Wrath vehicles, retaliation missions where we need to protect our outposts from getting attacked, to name a few. Trust me, there's a lot more of these, but more on that in a bit. For now, let's jump back to unlocking them trophies. We unlocked Dr. Feelgood for crafting 15 syringes, Hand of Justice for destroying 3 Pagan's Wrath convoys, Defender for protecting 3 outposts, Robin Hood for hijacking 3 convoy trucks, From a Distance for killing an enemy with a bow from a distance of 60 meters, No One Left Behind for rescuing 15 people in the hostage rescue missions, The Good Fight for purchasing Guns of Hire upgrade, Rewriting History for tearing down 30 posters, End Transmission for liberating 8 radio towers, The Rarest Game for killing 3 rare animals, Well Read for reading 10 notes. Boy, that was a good number of trophies in one go, but we got more coming. One of my favorite things about this game, apart from the overall aesthetics and setting, is the elephants. Hell yeah, is it fun riding them to crush them enemies? Well, I was in luck, as there's an easy trophy for killing 30 enemies riding an elephant, which is what we got next. Next came Deliver Us from Evil for freeing 12 outposts and 2 birds for sniping 2 enemies at once. Okay, so around this time, I had completed all the outposts and towers which are unlockable in the second act of the game and only had 2 fortresses remaining. Far Cry 4 introduces a big outpost which is this fortress that is heavily guarded and can get a bit challenging to take down. Well, since I'm a master of stealth thanks to my heavy duty sniper, we quickly captured both the fortresses, unlocking Display of Fortitude. Finally, coming back to the story, we meet up with the 2 Golden Path leaders, Amita and Sabal, who are always fighting. Sabal's ideology is saving the citizens and to stick to the cultural roots, while Amita is more interested in modernizing the country. We helped Sabal cause fuck Amita. We go on a spree completing a few missions for him and unlock another new activity in the form of bomb defusing quests. We also get custom fitted for fully customizing a weapon and started the Kyrat film quest. Completing 3 of these unlocked Gearhead. Back in the main story, we visit our father's home, which is occupied by these 2 junkies who drug us, and we wake up all naked in this combat arena controlled by Noor, one of Pagan's generals, who throws us in the arena to fight against a wave of enemies and animals. Surviving the arena, Noor tells us that she needs our help to save her family, who is held captive by Paul and Pagan, and that she's just a pawn in the game. We also unlock the Shanath arena, which is like a challenge arena of sorts, where we can fight waves of enemies to unlock money, XP and weapons. Also, I think it's really fun as there's always a good mix between enemy types and also animals. Anyway, with all the new extra side content, I decided to explore these before moving further in the story. We unlock Like a Bird for flying over 5,000 meters with the wingsuit, and Well-Rounded for completing 6 hunting side quests. Up next, we go back to our family home, confronting the 2 junkies who give us a bit of a history lesson about the Tanka paintings, and we have to find one ourselves. By grabbing the painting, we are transported to this other world where we learn about the story the painting is trying to depict and play as Kalinag. These missions were pure joy, as it's really rare hearing Hindi in video games. Also, I can see how they came up with the Far Cry Primal concept. Anyway, completing this quest unlocks another story trophy. We also get access to the Gale homestead, and purchasing some upgrades for our home unlocks another trophy. We unlocked Drive-By next for shooting 25 enemies while driving a vehicle. Well, to be fair, the game even counts flying the gyrocopter. Talking about gyrocopters, I love this thing. I think Ubisoft really nailed the traversal part in this game. Like, it feels really fun flying this, and generally flying with our wingsuit over the entire map. Driving in general is smoother than the previous titles, which now comes with auto drive for accessibility. Anyway, I knew that there was a trophy for performing a takedown from the gyrocopter, and I thought that it was for jumping off of it onto an enemy to perform air assassination. I tried it like a fool multiple times only to not unlock the trophy. Turns out it was for performing a vehicle takedown with the copter, so I quickly did that, getting the trophy. The game tries to copy that classic Bundem song Quest from Farcry 3, but sadly not achieving the same effect. But at least we unlocked the flamethrower, which was super handy for unlocking Flame On for burning 50 enemies. We get right tributes next for spinning 10 money wheels, and I started completing some snowy missions, which are literally some of the best levels in the series. I also started playing the arena mode to unlock an easy trophy for reaching level 5 in the arena. Back in the main storyline, Noor begs us to take out Paul and we are off to abduct him. We sneak into his camp, freeing hostages and taking out guards silently, which clearly didn't go according to the plan. We kidnap Paul, who tells us that Noor's family was killed way back by Pagan and she's being fooled all along. We bring him back to the Golden Path, who takes care of him, and we unlock a story trophy. Before breaking the news to Noor, we must complete a series of quests and unlock a couple of more trophies. We unlock Exorcist for destroying 15 masks of Yalung, Reign of Death for killing 30 enemies with mortar rounds, after which we meet up with the annoying Agent Willis from Farcry 3 and complete a few quests for him in exchange for some intel. We go back to the arena to tell Noor about her family, and let's just say she couldn't handle the pressure too well.
Take more! Take all of it, you fucking animals! Now I'm free.
This unlocks another story trophy. Up next came Diffuser for completing 3 bomb defusal quests. Back in the main story, we complete trippy drugged sequences for the junkies, cause what's a Ubisoft game without a trippy sequence, and also complete some secret agent stuff for Willis, who betrays us and leads us to Yuma, another one of Pagan's generals.
Welcome to Dagesh. I apologize for the Spartan accommodations, but you have been a naughty little shit, haven't you?
Escaping from her prison, we blow up the wall dividing the north and the south of Kyrat and unlock a whole new set of side activities, outposts, bell towers, to name a few. And I was on to completing all the side stuff, again ditching the main story. In my opinion, the main story of this game isn't too exciting and the major gameplay revolves around the overall world activities. Next, we unlock All Clear for completing all outposts and Roadkill for running the car over 25 people. In the story, we kill Pagan's clone and he openly challenges us to fight against Yuma. Yuma drugs us and tells how Pagan was this powerful ruler who fell in love with our mother and basically lost everything when she left him. Yuma wants to become like Kalinag from the mythical Kyrat, and let's just say it's another drugged up boss fight. Taking her out unlocks another story trophy. Since we sided with Sabal throughout the different quests, he leads the Golden Path and we have to kill Amita, which I gladly did. We join the Golden Path and prepare an assault on Pagan's fortress. We make it to Pagan, who tells us either we can join him and he'll take us to Lakshmana, or we can kill him right away, in which case we don't get the location of Lakshmana.
I say you have 2 choices. 1, you could shoot me, boring, or you could sit down, enjoy some food, and you and I will go scatter your mother's ashes together.
Well, we ended up joining him and he tells us the story of our half-sister who was killed by our father and that our mother killed him in retaliation and fled the country. We put our mother's ashes to rest and Pagan tries escaping in the chopper, leaving Kyrat to us, but sadly fails. Well folks, this finishes the main game and unlocks The King is Dead. I checked the number of trophies remaining and we still had a good 8 trophies remaining, which were Fully Loaded, Renaissance Man, Community Surprise, Brothers in Arms, Caretaker of Memory, Misdirection, Changing Lanes, and that Shining Platinum. I just needed 2 more XP tokens to purchase the final skills upgrade, so I completed a few side missions to earning them points quickly. Unlocking all the skills gets us Fully Loaded. I rarely play online multiplayer as I'm just too cheap to buy the PS Plus service, and I also get bored from the multiplayer games after a while. Anyway, since a couple of trophies required the multiplayer mode, I played a few matches online where I met a good number of trophy hunters who were here just cause the trophy was functioning again. For Renaissance Man, we need to finish a match in all the 3 modes, that is Outpost, Propaganda and Demon Mask. Matches in Propaganda and Outpost were fairly easy to find, however the Demon Mask took quite a while. I finally found and completed a match in the Demon Mask mode, earning the trophy. According to the trophy page, the trophy for Community Surprise is broken, however there's an easy workaround for this, which is to create a map in Map Editor and play it killing the AI enemy to unlock the trophy. I made a friend online in the multiplayer mode and we agreed to help each other with the co-op mode trophies. He invited me to this game mode and as Herc, I cleared an outpost with him, unlocking Brother-in-Arms. For the next co-op trophy, I had to perform a vehicle takedown while my buddy drives the car. Sadly, for some reason, we just couldn't find an enemy vehicle, and since he had to hop off the game, we couldn't get the trophy. Well, I was still determined to get this trophy, so I kind of cheated my way through. You see, I have another PS account, which is my main account that I have used for the longest period of time. I booted up my old PS4 and installed Farcry 4 to play a co-op match with myself, but sadly, I needed to go through Act 1 of the game in order to unlock the co-op feature, so my brother helped me with that while I jumped back to the single player mode where I got Caretaker of Memory for collecting 10-letter collectibles and Misdirection for fully distracting 15 guards. The next day, my brother was busy and I was really impatient to get the final trophy, so I took some help from my girlfriend and told her that she only needed to press R3 in order to perform the takedown while I drove the car. Well, let's just say it took a good amount of tries and some mental breakdowns to unlock Changing Lanes, which unlocked that shiny platinum. It was a great experience replaying Far Cry 4 after all those years, and I loved every minute of it. The multiplayer was a surprisingly great experience and was super fun to play. I loved how we can play as pagans, assassin guys, and can turn invisible and control different animals. It was really fun and chaotic. The co-op was also super memorable as I had a great time playing the game with my girlfriend. If you're looking into getting a platinum for this game, then I think it's a great time to get it as the multiplayer is still active and there aren't too many buggy trophies, and also it's a pretty fun and easy experience. Well, if you have liked the video so far, then please hit the like button as it really motivates me further to make more content. Subscribe to my channel and comment any recommendations below. Goodbye and see you in the next video.